How's everybody doing? Welcome to Sit Down News. I want to give a little apology. My Mac computer, I had an accident with it and it's out for repair. I'm using another computer and I know that the lighting is not the greatest. I look like Shrek a little bit and the background's not the greatest, but bear with me for the time being. I want to give a quick shout out to our sponsor, Ratchet Clothing. Ratchet's a clothing company out of the UK. They sell various prints, tie dye, and whatnot. I'll put a link down below if you want to go check them out. I know the holidays are coming. You might want to buy somebody something or get yourself a gift. So I'm going to continue, like I promised, with the Soprano review. This is season 1, episode 5. So we're moving along a little bit. The episode opens up with a college road trip between Tony Soprano and his daughter Meadow, and they're visiting various colleges. I guess she's looking to attend college. And at one point during the car ride, Meadow Soprano asks something that a lot of probably sons and daughters of guys that are in the life. She asks Tony Soprano specifically, "Are you in the mafia?" And I remember my own daughter asking me something along those lines, not necessarily those same words, but something leading up to that. And I think that we all, in our own strategic way, have lied our way through that. And he basically said, "That's total crap. Who told you that?" But at some point, he does, I think, understand that she's of age and he don't want to totally lie to her. So he tells her that some of his money comes from gambling. And I think that she appreciated that, he at least didn't deny everything and that he at least admitted to something. And the next scene shows them at a rest stop. He first places a call to his Gomada, which would be a side girlfriend, some Russian woman named Irina. And that conversation quickly goes bad. She starts complaining about their relationship status. I think that a lot of guys in that life, not all of them, but most guys have Gomadas and probably go through the same kind of line of questioning. They want more out of a relationship and whatnot. He ends the call by hanging up on her. And the next scene, he turns around and sees this guy pumping gas. And he thinks he recognizes the guy as somebody named Fabian Petrulio. And according to the show, Petrulio is a former guy, a member from the life, who has become a government informant and obviously is in under another name and living in another state and probably in the witness protection program. So he quickly gets this Meadow in the car and he begins to chase after this guy. He does get his plate number, but he gives up. I think he realizes that he has his daughter in the car with him. Nobody is going to go hunt the guy down with their daughter there. They shouldn't. And so that scene was a little bit over the top for me. He does place a telephone call into Christopher and tells Christopher to run a plate on this guy to see where this guy lives. And in the meantime, back at his house, Dr. Melfi, his psychiatrist or therapist, places a call to the house, and Carmela, his wife, answers the phone. This is the first time that she's learning that his therapist is a woman. For some reason, he didn't want to tell her. Probably, she's going to think what she thinks about him cheating and whatnot. These lights are killing me. And then she gets a surprise visit from a local Catholic priest, guy by the name of Father Phil. Now, initially, he comes there for a dish of her baked ziti. He's bragging about her food, but it seems that he has other things on his mind. And there's a confession. She breaks down. They're watching a movie. And she basically feels guilty that she's married to her husband. She obviously knows a lot more than her daughter. And The priest and Carmela at one point almost share a kiss. The priest becomes ill and he runs to the bathroom to vomit. And ultimately, he winds up sleeping there to sleep off his illness. Now, Tony gets back to Christopher. He finds out the address, but he also volunteers to fly down there and do this and hit this guy himself. He obviously wants to do anything to become straightened out, as we say, or inducted in that life. Tony Soprano tells him no. And he goes to this guy's house, this address. And now the guy's living there with his wife and a young daughter. But Tony Soprano, when he goes to leave, the guy hears a noise, he catches his attention, and he sees a car driving away. He now becomes on edge. He arms himself with a pistol, with a silencer, and he kind of reverses roles. He's going to now stalk Tony Soprano. And he does stalk him to a local motel. But Tony Soprano is picking up Meadow that's at the college, and Meadow is drunk. So when he comes back and the guy's looking to clip him or kill him, the guy, this Petrillo, sees that Tony Soprano has his daughter with him, and he backs off and he goes away. The next day, Tony Soprano drops his daughter Meadow off again at the college, finds out the guy has a travel agency. And he lays on him at the travel agency. He catches the guy kind of on the blind, and he garrotes him with some wire, and he ultimately kills this guy. And he leaves there and goes back to pick up his daughter Meadow. She notices that he has blood on his hands from the wire, and he also has mud all over his shoes, and she's questioning him, and he talks his way out of it. And they wind up going back to the college. She has another appointment with a professor or somebody that wants to talk to her, and he waits for her outside in the hallway, and he reads this sign that says, no man can wear one face to himself and another to the multitude without finally getting bewildered as to which may be true. In my opinion, I think that he has some guilt over, he's living his life. He just clipped the guy, or he killed the guy. And now his daughter, he has to play this other role to his daughter. That's my opinion. And they go home after this trip, and Carmela's patiently waiting for Tony Soprano. And she asked him how the trip was. And when Meadow leaves the kitchen, she announces to him that, oh, by the way, I was going to say Dr. Phil, this Father Phil came over, and he's, oh, what did he come over for food again? Oh yeah. She says, but he wound up sleeping here. And she don't really go into too many deep details. He turns around and he says, this is too fucked up for me even to think about. And then with perfect wit, humor, and a lot of guys, I've seen plenty of guys in that life that are very witty. And I think that the creators of this show got this part down pat perfect. He tells her, what were you guys doing for 12 hours? Were you playing Name That Pope? And basically accusing his wife of fooling around with the priest. And she ends it by walking away, but she saves the best for last, as most women will do. She tells him, oh, by the way, your therapist, Jennifer, meaning Dr. Melfi, called to cancel your appointment, and leaves him at the bottom of the staircase, groveling to try to explain himself, as probably most of us men would do. and that's really it. So it was a short one. The other characters were really not in this show. It was mainly about Tony Soprano and his wife. Christopher was in there for a quick telephone call or two. And that's really it. So it's coming along. This wasn't so great of an episode. I'm going to stick with it, as you guys tell me, that it gets better and better as it goes along. So we'll see how that goes. Once again, I apologize at the lighting. I apologize about the background. I don't know how good you can hear me on this mic. I'm doing the best I could. Hopefully, it will be another week. Ciao for now.